You're watching Metallica Mania, and I'm back with another video, which is the Dark Funeral ranking of ranking the Dark Funeral discography. So, this is by far one of my favorite black metal bands ever of all time. They have 7 studio albums. They're near perfect. Their albums are near perfect. There's one that I like, but is not as good as the other ones, so let's get this one out of the way. Where Shadows Forever Reign. The production is just too, it's not where you want it. The guitars aren't as intense as you want it. The vocals are intense. The vocals are as intense as the other albums, just so the guitars are just way too far back in the mix. It just doesn't have the bite to it that I want, that people that go to listen to Dark Funeral want. So that's why Where Shadows Forever Reign is a 9.3 out of 10. It's still pretty high. I still consider it to be a pretty damn good album. The only problem is the guitars are way too damn silent on the album. Songs like Unchained My Soul, that's another one that has that problem where the guitars are just way too damn silent on it, and it doesn't give it that evil feel to it. Songs like To Carve Another Wound, on the other hand, for some reason the guitars actually fit the song. It's intense as all fucking hell, and it's still really damn good. That's the thing with some of these songs on this album. Some of them are really good, some of them are okay. Songs like As I Ascend and Unchained My Soul are kind of iffy for me. I kind of prefer the stuff like Nail Them to the Cross and Where Shadows Forever Reign. There's some really good ones on here. It's just they were trying to go atmospheric, and yeah, the guitars were just way too damn silent on this album. So I kind of want to go to other ones too. I would want to listen to other albums in this. This would probably be like the least. I'd be like, okay, if I have to listen to this one, I have to listen to this one. But there's other ones that I can listen to over it, like number 6, which is Vobiscum Satanus. I don't know how to say that. I probably butchered the shit out of it, but hey, that's what we do on this channel. We butcher the shit out of pronunciations that I try. This is the one right after The Secrets of the Black Arts. They're like one that everybody knows. Spoiler alert, it's not my favorite. Spoiler alert, that one's not my favorite. I'm kind of like throwing a little spoilers here and there, starting to like see if people want me to. Or maybe it is my favorite. Who knows? Who knows? This album is the follow-up to that. It has the vocals, it has the intensity of the album. It just doesn't do it as good as the rest of their discography. Like, it's really close. It's really close up until like the top 2. The top 2 are like, okay, this is set in stone. This is never gonna change. This is my favorite and my second favorite. And it's been like that. I'm not gonna say till when. Best ones on here: Enriched by Evil, Evil Prevails, Slava Satan, the title track, Blackwing Horde. There's just great songs after great songs. People think this album is not that good. It actually is pretty damn good. I would go back to it. Any of the albums above number 7, I would go back to and listen to it quite regularly if I didn't have so many other bands that I listened to. I'll come back here and there to these albums. This is one of the ones that kind of like fall under the radar because it's just surrounded by absolute masterpieces around it. Next one is Angelus Exero Pro Eternis from 2009. This album is, well, black metal. It's it's black metal. It's intense as all hell black metal. What Dark Funeral does the best, absolutely the best. This album is pretty damn good. It just has the same problems as number six. Is it just falls way too. It's just surrounded by so many other great albums. Songs like My Latex Queen, My Funeral, Demons of Five, Declaration of Hate, The End of the Human Race, Birth of a Vampire. Just fucking awesome. This album is awesome. It's just constant blasting and crazy vocals and everything you fucking want from black metal. It's evil as all hell. My Latex Queen is my favorite song on here. It's definitely a weird song for them to actually have written, but I would kind of think it would be something Belphegor would have wrote. But yeah, it feels like it's something off of like Bondage Goat Zombie, if I'm gonna be quite honest. And we go to number 4, the ones I actually have copies of. Secret of the Black Arts. I did spoil it. Sorry, but it's at number 4 because the albums up above it are just this album and number 3 were actually like really close. Like I couldn't decide between these two. But The Dark Ages Arrive, The Secrets of the Black Arts, an absolute classic song. Just this is like a classic album. It has the crazy old school type black metal to it. It's not like their newer stuff. Like after 1998's album, they kind of like changed it up to more like catchy. This is just more straightforward, just blast beat black metal. More like My Dark Desires, probably the best one on here, if I'm honest. At Dawn No More Rises. When Angels Forever Die, another good one. The Fire Eternal, Satan's Mayhem, amazing song too. Shadows Over Transylvania, Blood Frozen, Satanic Blood, and Dark Are the Paths to Eternity. Yeah, black metal masterpiece. The ones up above it, like this one and the ones up above it, are black metal masterpieces. And yeah, it's the classic lineup too. It's the classic lineup on Secrets of the Black Arts, but yeah, I just prefer the albums up above it. And number 3 is Atera Totus Sanctus. Hopefully I said that right. Probably didn't, because that's what we do. We butcher the shit out of it here. That's what we fucking do. We butcher the shit out of all pronunciations that I can't pronounce, but I try anyways. King Antichrist, 666, Voices Inside. Classic song right there. Classic. Atera, title track, God Hate. I'm not going to try to say that. Angel Flesh Impaled. Feed on the Mortals. And Final Ritual. The thing is with this album, the vocals are quite different than like the previous album and the album after that with the same vocalist. Oh man. The vocals sound so damn tortured. Like it sounds like nothing I've heard before with the vocals. That's why it's gets a little bit of an edge. A lot of people don't like the vocals. When you get into the vocals on this album, you will like them, definitely. It's kind of like, okay, if you can get into the vocals, you'll definitely like the vocals on this one. So yeah, it's an absolute crazy ass black metal album like the last one, but just has that catchy style that they went away, that they started after 1998. And we go to number 2, which is the new one, We Are the Apocalypse. Yeah, the new one, I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love this album. I think it's like one of their best I think it's one of the best that they've ever done. Songs like Nightfall, Let the Devil In, When Their Vengeance Is Done, Nosferatu, When I'm Gone, Beyond the Grave, Beast of Praise, Leviathan, and We Are the Apocalypse. I did a full review on this album. I praised it quite heavily because, well, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's got everything you'd want from it. It's definitely a step up from where Shadows Forever Reign. Yeah. And number 1 is Diabolos and Turium. Yes, this one is at the bottom of everybody's list. This album is really not considered that good, and honestly, I don't get why. I really don't get why. It's absolutely an awesome album. Arrival of Satan's Empire, start this one off. Hail Murder, Goddess of Sodomy. Like, these are classics. The title track, The Apprentice of Satan, that's one of the best songs that they've ever done. Thus I Have Spoken, another great song. Armageddon Finally Comes, and Heart of Ice. Like, this album is just fucking bangers after bangers the whole fucking way through it. Just track 1 to 9 is just pure and utter fire all the way through. This is their best album and will never change for me. This is the album when I want to listen to Dark Funeral usually goes to. I usually go to this one. Just look at that cover art. Like, you can see the Iron Maiden wallpaper I have on the back of my computer because, well, I'm using my computer as a light because my room is not really good with lighting, so I'm using that as lighting. I have a script. But yeah, just the best. This is the best album that they've ever done. Just everything about it. The songs, the cover art, the whole feel of it. Like, it's... And then going into Eternis after that. Like, Eternis is awesome as well. I definitely like Eternis. And Angelus is, well, not my favorite, but not my least favorite. It kind of falls in the middle. So this album is like the peak, like the absolute peak. And then they peaked again with We Are the Apocalypse. So that's what I think of that's literally my opinion on this band, my opinion on their discography. If you disagree with me, leave a comment. Leave a comment. List your list. I definitely have not watched other people's. I've looked up on the internet what people say, but it's never including the new one. I can never see where the new one is on people's list. Yeah. So that's what I think of their discography. That's what I think of all their albums. That's how I would put them in order. So I'm going to leave it here. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. It's late at night. It's kind of why I'm a little bit off and have kind of speaking issues today. That's because I'm tired. And I decided to do this video when I'm tired because the noise. I don't want to have a bunch of noise in the background and have to stop the video and redo it with phone calls and telemarketers and all this other shit. But yeah, that's what I think of this discography. Hope you guys liked it. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. And I'll see you guys in the next video.